hate me, don't you?
Kons podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
You hate me, don't you?
Constant content.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
He was the son of the Leon County Sheriff's deputy, which was his mama in the history of me living. And I am 41 years old. I have never seen on the news. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? It is a Friday. You feel me? It's a Friday. We have made it through the week. You know what I'm saying? We have made it through the week. Hopefully you've been being productive. You know what I'm saying? Doing everything that you do from Monday to Friday. You know what I'm saying? This is Friday. So if your work day ain't over yet, it's going to be over. And it's the last day. Some of y'all that work, you know what I mean? Some of y'all might not be. Apparently it is Good Friday. Some people is out of school. Some people is out of work. Some people at work. Some people in school. You know what I'm saying? But if you in school or at work, you know what I'm saying? It is a Friday. When you are done, it is the weekend. You feel me? So welcome to the weekend. You know what I'm saying? This is also 420 weekend. You feel me? Which falls on a Sunday, Easter Sunday this year. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it is Friday, April 18th. You feel me? It is 1:46 in the afternoon. You feel me? Definitely a late start, but I had shit to do this morning. You know what I mean? Had appointments come to the house or whatnot. You know what I mean? Had to wait till all that shit was done. So here I am now, you feel me, at 1:45, but I don't got too much for y'all on this Good Friday, you know what I'm saying? I only got a couple of things, you know what I mean, because it just wasn't nothing going on. I looked on, you know what I'm saying, the site I usually get shit from, just wasn't nothing happening, you feel me? It was the same news from yesterday that was on the site where I get my shit from, you feel me? So nothing's really going on, but I got two topics that I definitely want to touch on in case y'all didn't know about these two topics, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, we gonna definitely get into that. You know what I mean? If this your first time subscribing, this your first time here. This is what we do. Updates, daily news, headlines, shit that's making a headline, shit that made an update, whatever headlines that you may have seen come across your screen on YouTube, come across on Google, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Headlines, news, updates, hip-hop news, local news, worldly news, wars, all of that shit I touch on right here on Kons Podcast, you feel me? It's where you go get all the updates and all the news on everything going on, shit that done made a headline, you know what I'm saying? Like you gonna hear today on these two subjects I got for today. These are two things that definitely made some headlines and made some noise around the world. You definitely done heard about it, or maybe you haven't. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna hear about it today. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is what we do. Daily news and updates and shit like that. You know what I mean? This your first time here, welcome in. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the subscribe if you hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? This is episode 230. Episode 230. You know what I'm saying? It's episode 230, and today, like I said, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. You know what I mean? Just got a couple of topics, just two of them, you know what I'm saying? So today we just gonna touch on, you know what I'm saying, there's been two school shootings in the past 48 hours, 2-3 days, you know what I mean? Two of them. So I'm gonna touch on both of those, you know what I'm saying? One happened in Dallas, Texas, and another one happened in Florida at Florida State University, you know what I mean? So we're gonna be touching on them too. Yeah, that's the two topics we're gonna be touching on today. Just the two topics we're gonna touch on today. I got clips and you know what I'm saying, news clips and all kind of bunch of little clips to go with topics. You already know how this goes, you feel me? If I couldn't find no clip, then I would have scratched the subject, you feel me? That's just how I like to get down. I definitely like to show you what I am talking about, so I ain't just talking out the side of my neck or just, you know what I mean, you think I'm just making this shit up type shit. I like to have clips and everything pertaining to the subject so that you can further know what I'm saying is authentic. So without further ado, we gonna jump right into it. So first up, I'm gonna touch on the second one first, being that I just got this information. That was the last one I was looking at. Florida State. So Florida State University had just had a shooting by a kid named Phoenix Ikner, you know what I'm saying? Ikner, who was just 20 years old. He was the son of a Leon County Sheriff's deputy, which was his mama, you feel me? And apparently he used her old service weapon to shoot this school up, you know what I'm saying? killing two people, unaliving two people, and injuring 6 others. You know what I'm saying? He used his mama's old service weapon because she was an old sheriff deputy in the same county. She also was a sheriff at the school. She worked at the school as well, and he used her old service weapon, which was a old revolver. There's videos echoing around where you can see students running and you can hear gunshots, which definitely sound something like a revolver if you are familiar with gunshot sounds. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely tell that it is a revolver by how slow the pace of the gunshots are. You know what I mean? They are very slow. If you are familiar with a revolver, it is not something that is fast as a semi-automatic. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be as fast as like a Glock or anything magazine fed. You know what I mean? So this is the revolver, is the type of pistol, you know what I'm saying, that you see on the screen now, in case you didn't know what a revolver was. You know what I mean? That's what the revolver looks like. It has a barrel in the middle, and that barrel is pretty much the magazine. You load the bullets into that barrel in the middle there, and the barrel turns ready in the next shot after you shoot. You feel me? So it's not something that you can shoot fast. You know what I mean? As far as like a semi-automatic, like a Glock, it's something that definitely you shoot very slow. And revolvers are known to have a whole lot of kick, a whole lot of recoil. You know what I'm saying? Way more than your average semi-automatic pistol that is clip fed. So yeah, he used a old revolver. Just a little bit on what a revolver is. Used a revolver, unalived 2 people and injured 6 others. You know what I'm saying? The 2 men that have been unalived have been identified as employees. One was a food vendor. The other was an employee that worked inside the dining area of Florida State University. You know what I'm saying? So the kid that's definitely been caught. They have definitely caught him. Police responded to the scene, and the police end up shooting Phoenix Ikner. You know what I'm saying? But apparently he's gonna make a full recovery. The shot was not life-threatening. Apparently, I also read that while he was in the hospital, he was refusing to speak to any type of police or authority. Didn't have nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? So this happened in Florida. This was the Florida State University shooting. So the next clip you're about to see is just a little video of the news report of them reporting on such incident. Check it out.
Moments of horror, a shooter opening fire at Florida State University. The gunshots ringing out across the campus. Students seen fleeing, others urgently evacuating with their hands above their heads. A gunman started shooting near the school student union. 2 people are dead, according to authorities. 6 others are injured. Authorities say suspect Phoenix Ikner is in the hospital. The 20-year-old is the son of a current sheriff's deputy, according to the Leon County Sheriff.
Unfortunately, her son had access to one of her weapons, and that was one of the weapons that was found at the scene.
As warnings of an active shooter went out across campus, some sprinted away. Others barricaded themselves inside campus buildings. Multiple law enforcement agencies rushing to the scene.
This way, this way.
Officers clearing buildings room by room using a code word, evacuating terrified students.
Mass hysteria went through the building.
President Trump asked if he wants to see any changes to gun legislation following today's attack.
I'm a big advocate of the Second Amendment. I have been from the beginning. I protected it. And these things are terrible. But the gun doesn't do the shooting.
As you saying, you know what I'm saying? That was the news report that you saying, that you just saying. That was a news report of them reporting live of the school shooting that has took place. Also, the next clip you're about to see is just a video. This is a video of somebody that was putting a theory out that said that he was prepared for this all week, talking about it all week, that something was going to happen in Leon County. This is where the Florida State University is at, in Leon County. This is where it took place. The dude in this next clip that you're about to see is saying that he wants this video to be out. He wants people to share it because apparently they were the courts and the judges was holding a Mexican man illegally and trying to claim that he was a illegal immigrant. But in court, I heard that he presented a legal birth certificate which stated that he was a U.S. citizen. You know what I'm saying? So this dude had put this all together and was claiming that something was going to happen in in Leon County, and sure enough, this school shooting took place. Now he's tying this to ICE, which is the immigration authorities. You know what I'm saying? So this next clip you're about to see is just his little theory and how he was predicting something was going to happen in Leon County before this school shooting happened. Check it out.
Holy fuck, there is no way that this is a coincidence. I was literally just talking to somebody today about something potentially happening relating to Leon County. The past day now, I have been tracking this story specifically in Leon County related to, of course, ICE, involving an individual named Juan Carlos Lopez Gomez. He's a 20-year-old U.S. citizen, okay? And he was being held in the Leon County jail on Thursday, but here's the thing, right? He's being charged with illegally entering Florida as an unauthorized alien. Even as a supporter, wait until you hear who the fucking supporter was, waived his U.S. birth certificate in court. That supporter being Leon County Judge LaShawn Riggins, a judge that said that the document is authentic. And here I am at literally 9:30 or so this morning saying I bet something's going to happen relating to Leon County. And lo and behold, there was a shooting that was reported at Florida State University's campus. 2 people have unfortunately lost their lives, but here's what I don't understand. 1, those 2 people were not students. And 2, the shooter was identified as 20-year-old Phoenix Ikner, the son of a Leon County Sheriff's deputy. And of course, after he was identified, screenshots started circulating around online, of course showing him attending certain protests. And now coincidentally, nobody seems to be focused on the story of Gomez. Even though the judge said that she found no probable cause for the charge, the state prosecutor insisted that the court lacked jurisdiction. Once again, an example of fucking up. But hey, I'm sure it's just a coincidence. I really need everybody to share this video as much as they can, okay? Because I want as much attention as possible on Mr. Gomez. Because he and his mother do not deserve what's happening to them.
You know what I'm saying? That was him and his theory, putting the theory out there. You know what I mean? Relating it to ICE and whatnot. You feel me? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? That's dude's theory, dude's conspiracy theory that he put out there. You know what I mean? That's something that he got going on to put out there, targeting ICE. You feel me? Apparently they held this man illegally against his will, and he showed the courts that he is definitely a U.S. citizen. They had him in court saying that he was illegal here in America, and he showed proof that he is not here illegally, and they still are holding him captive in a jail somewhere. Yeah, so that happened in Florida. Oh shit. This next clip, I forgot about this one clip. So this one clip is of a student named Stephanie Horowitz. You know what I'm saying? Named Stephanie Horowitz. She was somebody who was a survivor of this shooting. You know what I'm saying? She was a survivor, and she also was a survivor of the shooting that happened in 2018 at a school, I think nearby, or the same school, I believe. She was a freshman, she said, at the time. You feel me? So she has survived 2 of school shootings since she been going to Florida State University. So this next clip you're about to see is of Stephanie Horowitz, and speaking on the situation, speaking on her being a survivor of both shootings, and she's breaking it down to you what she went through when the Florida shooting started to happen. Check it out.
A student who witnessed the chaos from the attack. Her name is Stephanie Horowitz. We're sorry to say she was also a survivor of the Parkland shooting back in 2018. 17 people died in that one. Stephanie, good morning to you. I'm so sorry this has happened to you again. I'm so glad that you can join us for this conversation, as difficult as it is. I would imagine, Stephanie, that you never thought that this could happen to you again.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought it would happen to me for the first time. And here we are, and unfortunately, this is America for you.
And that's what I keep saying, too. When will we ever get this lesson? Can you tell us where you were and what you heard when you knew that you were in trouble, that this was a terrible situation?
Yeah, so these actually were the doors that I came out of yesterday. I was in the bowling alley. I am one of the bowling instructors on campus as a 1-credit course that students can opt to take. And we had the music playing pretty loudly, so unfortunately we didn't hear anything, which we were lucky that some of my students looked out of the glass doors and saw everybody running. And I didn't see that, so I'd asked them what was going on. And when they said that everyone ran. I came out from behind the desk and I looked and I saw crickets and I saw belongings left behind, and unfortunately, due to my previous experience, I knew what that meant, and before I knew exactly what was going on, I just started to direct everybody into the back room to safety until I got further information, but I had a feeling that it was an active shooter situation before I even heard.
What does that mean when you said you saw crickets? What does that mean?
There was not a soul in sight. You looked out into that room and you knew there was an emergency. There was not anything there, no movement, dead silence, and laptops open, bags on the floor. I knew what that meant.
So, Stephanie, this is Tony DeCopel, Gail's colleague here in New York. When you say you knew what that meant, and earlier you said this is America right now, it makes me wonder about the mindset of high school students, of students on college campuses. Is the reality that you're thinking every day this could be the day when there's a school shooting?
I mean, for a while, I had thought that. I never thought that before I was 15 years old, and then after surviving the Parkland school shooting at Stoneman Douglas back in 2018, I was a freshman. After that day, I kind of woke up every morning thinking that it could be my last day. I was afraid for my life every step that I took, and I've come a long way over that time, and I've gotten to a place over these last couple of years where I didn't fear for my life anymore, and I was able to walk around campus and feel safe, and here we are yet again, and that was taken away from me for a second time.
I know, Stephanie, I so admire your poise and your composure at this time. You know, for many people, this is just another news story. For you, this is your life. It's now happened to you twice. And I'm wondering how you're processing all of this, you know, from what happened to you before to what happened to you now. How are you processing and dealing with this right at this moment, in this moment?
In this moment, I haven't processed everything yet. I came a long way over these last 7 years to be in a place of being mentally stable and healthy. And I haven't processed this yet because I'm not ready to potentially go back to a place where I'm a little unsure and not feeling myself. But I want to be there to support others, and I have a support system myself that I'm very grateful for. And yesterday I was responsible for almost 30 students because I was the instructor. So I was looking out for their best interests and keeping them safe, and soon I'll be able to process things myself.
All right, Stephanie Horowitz, thank you so much for your time this morning. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? That was her speaking on everything that she went through, how she was in the classrooms, escorted the students, you know what I'm saying, and put to safety in a different room. She said when she looked out and seen people just left laptops open, left their backpacks there, left notebooks open, glasses on table. Yo, excuse me. Let me interrupt this episode. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't hit that subscribe button, now is your time to do that. In the middle of this explosive dope content that I'm bringing you. You know what I'm saying? Now's your time to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button, comment on whatever you like, whatever you want to comment on. Now's your time to go ahead and do that if you ain't done it already. You know what I'm saying? But definitely hit that subscribe button, and definitely tell somebody else to hit that subscribe button too. You know what I'm saying? It's Kons Podcast. Let's get back to the episode. When she seen that, she said she seen crickets. That's what she meant by that, because there was just nothing and nobody there, but students have left their things right there on the table. And she said, being that she has went through a school shooting before, she already knew what was going on when she seen how everybody panicked and scattered out. You understand? So that was Stephanie Horowitz, a survivor. You know what I mean? Florida State school shooting. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. The shit is wild. You know what I'm saying? Shot up the school in Florida. You know what I mean? A little white kid, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? And was the son of a whole deputy sheriff. You know what I mean? So they definitely is not going to play with that boy. You know what I'm saying? Especially being that he's the son of a deputy. You know what I mean? The judge is definitely going to slap the gavel down, and they are going to make an example in case anybody else is thinking about shooting up a school. They definitely going to drop the gavel on that kid and definitely make an example out of him, giving him maximum whatever they could probably give. In other news, So from Florida, go down south to Texas, Dallas, where we had another kid named Tracy Haynes, who was just 17 years old, and he is African American. I'm going to definitely speak on that after we touch on this story here. So he was a black kid, 17 years old, who got let into the building of Wilmer Hutchins High School. So somebody let him in. You feel me? He was not at school. He definitely was a student of the school, but he wasn't at the school. Somebody had let him in at the time. He came in with a gun, seen multiple students in the hallway. When he seen multiple students in the hallway, he began firing at the group of students that was in the hallway. And there is camera footage to this. Now, I'm not going to show you the camera footage on this here podcast because it is pretty graphic. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want anyone who been through this to look at this and be reliving the situation. You know what I'm saying? So apparently there was a student that was down on the ground, put his hands up, and he shot him point blank range. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is he was doing all this shooting, and he shot 4 or 5 students. I've seen different reports. Some said 4, some said 5, but apparently nobody lost their life. You know what I'm saying? So nobody lost their life. The 4 or 5 people definitely got shot, but they're not enduring life-threatening injuries. You know what I'm saying? So, but they definitely got shot though. You know what I'm saying? So the kid named Tracy Haynes, 17 years old, went into the school, began firing at a group of students, shot one while he was on the ground in front of him, as we seen, I talked about on the camera footage. I believe they showed a little bit in the clip I'm going to show you. Also, right after, he made a video, posted it on Instagram, and I am going to show you this video where he's talking about how people said that they were going to kill him, and he's trying to claim self-defense, claiming that people saying that they was going to shoot and kill him, and he goes into a rant talking about, man, I'm tired of seeing my people dead, nobody doing nothing about it, whoop-de-whoop. And then he goes on to apologize to family members, even mentioned the person holding the camera recording him, saying that he loves them, loves his mom, and loves other names that he named, family members that he named. So he did this right after shooting up a school. He put this video out, you feel me? And then shortly after, later on in the night, went to the police department and turned himself in. Apparently, I guess he could not live with what he has done and decided to go down and turn himself in, and was being real respectable when he turned himself in, tried to shake the cops' hands. You feel me? Of course, the police was not feeling his generous gesture. You know what I'm saying? Being after he just shot up a school. You know what I mean? So he was down, he turned himself in, tried to shake cops' hands. Of course, they wasn't feeling none of that. So this next little clip that you're about to see is just a clip of first you're gonna see a video of the news coverage that the news coverage of what they reported on that happened at the Wilmer Hutchins High School. Check it out.
Students fled from Wilmer Hutchins High School Tuesday after a suspect opened fire at the Dallas school, shooting 3 males and injuring another. School officials say the suspect is in custody. Sources tell CBS News Texas he turned himself in to the Dallas County Jail and is a student at the school. He will be charged with multiple counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
He called me and said, Mama, I got bullets flying around my head.
Shauna Williams has 2 sons at the school.
I'm thinking about taking them out and putting them in homeschool. I can't keep going through this as a parent. I'm telling you, it's very frightening to ever think about losing your child.
For many, Tuesday's incident was deja vu.
It was very traumatic.
Last year, a student was injured in a Wilmer Hutchins classroom after being shot by a fellow student. The school district said it strengthened its security measures after that shooting. According to its website, the district installed about 400 metal detectors in secondary schools during the past 2 years. All students are also required to wear clear backpacks.
The gun did not come through during regular intake time, so it was not a failure of our protocols or of the machinery that we have.
Despite enhanced measures, some students say they aren't surprised a shooting happened again.
So it's kind of normal to us with the security issues.
Now, that student you just heard from says she heard 7 gunshots. Dallas Fire Rescue says their injuries range from serious to non-life-threatening, and the victims' ages are from 15 to 18. One of the victims' ages is not.
You know what I'm saying? That was just a news clip that they reported on the news after he had shot up the high school. You know what I'm saying? So the next little clip you're about to see is the one I was talking about that he put out on Instagram, saying that he's tired of seeing people die, and you know what I'm saying, nothing happens behind it, and this and that. Goes on a whole little rant as he's driving a car and somebody is filming him. Check it out.
Told me they was gonna kill me. Look what happened. I love my Sandra. I love the nigga behind this camera. I love Yana. I love my nieces and nephews. All of them. I want everybody to know I love them. People named that I didn't name, trust me, I love you. I can't think right now, but I love y'all. This is my last time fuck around be seeing y'all. Last time talking to y'all, excuse my language, but I love y'all. I know I was wrong for what I did, but I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. I'll be damned if one of us get buried again. I'm tired of us getting buried and nobody doing shit about it. My mama gone, my granny gone, everybody gone that I love. So I can't go. I can't go. I'd rather y'all see me like this, locked up, than y'all see me dead in the ground. And I know that's really what y'all, come on now. I know y'all don't want to see me dead. Come on now. Kill myself, but I know that's not what y'all want me to do. So let's be for real, y'all. I love y'all.
You know what I'm saying? That was the video he put out. This was right after the shooting that he had just committed. This was right after. And apparently, I forgot to add in here, but apparently it went after this. He had hitchhiked somebody for a ride and said that somebody had just did something to his car. So a man had definitely felt bad and picked him up and gave him a ride up the street to his dad's house. You know what I'm saying? And then the police end up questioning that man and asking him if he's seen him with a gun. The man was totally oblivious and didn't know anything about whether the kid had a gun or not. You know what I'm saying? He just seen him, flagged him down. He said he flagged him down on the side of the road and he was just being a good dude and swooped him up, took him on to his dad's house. You know what I'm saying? Unaware of the crimes that he just committed. You feel me? So the dude is looking at 5 to 99 years to life, it said, is the sentence that he is looking at. They're definitely not going to get 5 years. They definitely going to drop the gavel on him for sure. You feel me? But now this kid is a black kid. You feel me? Black kid, 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? Now this is new. We don't, the people of my skin color, we don't go and pop up schools. That's not in our repertoire as African Americans. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what was going on with this nigga here. You feel me? But now he's 17 years old and decided to go shoot up a school. Is crazy. That is definitely Caucasian work. You know what I mean? We have only seen white kids do that. We have never, ever in the history of me living, and I am 41 years old, I have never seen on the news when I seen a school shooting that the shooter is a black kid. You feel me? Never, ever have I seen that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that definitely was new to me, and he's only 17, and the other one was only 20 years old. So these are young kids doing this shit. You feel me? And I don't understand the motive. I don't understand what will drive you, you know what I'm saying, to go and just get to popping random fucking people that ain't got shit to do with shit. I just don't understand. Now, if you got ops, you feel me? I've definitely been in the streets before. I've been in gang life before and all that shit. So I understand to a certain degree if you are gunning for one single person or somebody that may have did something to you, you feel me? But to just go and shoot up random people is something that I could never understand. You know what I'm saying? I just can't never wrap my mind around it and fully understand it. So this dude is saying that it was self-defense at that, but the video shows clearly ain't no self-defense. You're not defending shit. You are totally all offense. There's nothing about you defending yourself, as we see in the video of you shooting people, random people in groups of students standing in the hallway. Yeah, so that self-defense shit is definitely not gonna fly with this situation. He definitely gonna get the gavel dropped on him, even though he turned himself in. That's a nice gesture and all, but you just saved them from doing investigative work and trying to find your ass. That's all that is. You turning yourself in is not gonna take nothing off that sentence that they gonna drop that gavel on you. And in the state of Texas, 17, they finna try you as an adult For sure. You're not gonna get no minor nothing with that one. You know what I mean? They gonna try you definitely as a adult. You feel me? So I don't know what was going on with this kid. I don't know what was going on in his head that made him just be like, yeah, I'm finna shoot this fucking school up today. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got though. You feel me? Just wanted to touch on these two shootings that happened in the past 3 days. You know what I mean? Shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen such rapid succession in two different school shootings that happened in two parts of the states in 2-3 days. You feel me? I don't know what the world is coming to, but that shit is not a good sign. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I got for today. You know what I'm saying? Quick little podcast today. Hope y'all enjoy y'all Fridays. You feel me? This has been episode 230. You feel me? So today, we definitely talked about Tracy Haynes Jr., 17-year-old African-American who decided to shoot up Wilmer Hutchins High School in Dallas, Texas. Also touched on a white kid named Phoenix Ikner who decided to shoot up Florida State University. I believe this was yesterday. This happened. You feel me? Police responded to the scene, had definitely shot the kid, and he is currently in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and refusing to talk to authorities. But that's all that was for episode 230. Quick little two topics I just had to touch on these school shootings today because they blew my mind. I didn't understand them. You know what I mean? Didn't understand how this shit's happened. 2 of them in the past 2-3 days is something crazy. So I just definitely wanted to touch on that. And like I said, it wasn't nothing going on in the hip hop world. Everything I done covered already in the hip hop world Monday to Thursday is everything that was still said that was going on as far as when I looked at what was going on. It was the same thing from yesterday. So yeah, I just wanted to get these two little subjects out there and covered, you know what I'm saying, out there to the people, you feel me? But yeah, this has been episode 230. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know you could have been doing anything you wanted to do in the world, no matter who you are, whether you was a son, whether you was a brother, whether you was a girlfriend, an auntie, whether you was a sister, a brother, whether you was an uncle, a husband, a wife, whoever you are, you feel me? I definitely fucks with you for fucking with Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? And if you got pets, and they sit there and they're watching Kons Podcast with you, whether your pet is a bearded dragon, whether you got a pet roach, whether you got a pet worm, a pet goat, whether you got a pet rabbit, a snake, whether you got a pet spider, and all 8 eyes is watching Kons Podcast, I definitely fucks with you. Like you see my nigga scrolling up the screen, saluting you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I mean? This has been a quick little episode 230, informing you on these school shootings. You know what I'm saying? I hope you didn't know about them. I hope you learned about them. I hope I taught you something and learned about some kind of details on these two stories that you didn't know. Hope you heard it right here on Kons Podcast, along with my commentary and thoughts and opinions on these said subjects. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy y'all motherfucking Friday. It is Friday. You feel me? Hope you kick your feet up. Hope you drink up, pull up, roll up, whatever it is that you do. It's the weekend and it's time to do just that. You know what I mean? But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. This has been episode 230. Please hit the like button, comment on this shit, share this shit. You know what I mean? Put this shit in your Snapchats, put this shit on your Facebook homepage, put this shit on your motherfucking groups, Facebook groups that you in, on your group text with the family. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you at, wherever it is, drop the link in that motherfucker so people can see this shit too. You feel me? But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You hear that beat getting louder in the background. You already know what it is. We have concluded episode 230. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Enjoy these credits and enjoy this beat.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?